Students, my name is Niyati Seth, and my topic for the presentation is fourth section of Animal Kingdom, that is phylum Ctenophora. Thanks for watching Edupedia word videos. Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophora, commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. Ctenophora, it is a combination of two Greek roots. That Cteno means comb and phores mean bearer. Okay, this Cteno means comb and phora means bearer. Okay, or the one who carries. Okay, they are exclusively marine. They have radially symmetry. They are diploblastic organism with tissue level of organization. The body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. This is the signature characteristic of Ctenophoras. These comb plates which help in locomotion. Okay. Ctenophores are planktonic organisms that are jelly-like in form, but unlike true jellies, they propel themselves by beating rows of compound cilia in waves. Their movement is therefore very gentle and gradual. The compound cilia occur in comb rows, 5 longitudinal rows on the body. Almost all ctenophores are hermaphrodite. They release their eggs and sperm into the water to be fertilized. Okay, that means their sexes are not separate. Okay, however, there are some exceptions also. Some species self-fertilize also, while others they do not release their eggs until they are fertilized. Okay. Fertilization is external with the indirect development. Okay, for example, Pleurobranchia and Ctenoplana. This is the representation of a ctenophore. This is the mouth. This is the pharyngeal canal. This is the pharynx, and this TEC is a tentacular canal. Okay, this is meridional canal. These are the tentacles which help it in locomotion. This is the anal pore, and which has a statocyst. Okay, the two hemispheres of the ctenophore body are marked by a mouth. They are also known as oral poles. Okay, and on the other side of it, an opposite aboral pole is there. Okay, apical sense organs is located on the aboral surface that control the beating of the cilia. Okay, statocyst is the signature characteristic of ctenophores, into which a unique sense organ is present which controls the equilibrium, or it helps in the beating of cilia. Okay, their tentacles have adhesive structure called coloblast. Okay. Now come to the classes of Ctenophora. Classes of Ctenophora. The first class is class Tentaculata. Okay, members of this class typically have two feathery tentacles that can be retracted into specialized sheaths. Okay, as you can see that they have two tentacles. Okay, in some there are smaller secondary tentacles and primarily tentacles are reduced. This class includes the small oval sea gooseberries, which is common on both Atlantic as well as on Pacific coast. The more flattened species of the genus Menomiopsis is about 4 inches long and is common on the upper Atlantic coast. It has a very larger mouth and that feeds mainly on larval mollusk and copepods. This species is brilliantly luminescent. Okay, as we know that bioluminescence, the property of a living organism to emit light, is a well-marked property in ctenophores. Okay, the similar but larger genus Leucothea is abundant on Pacific coast. and which is flattened and ribbon-like form that reaches about 1 yard in length and found in tropical waters. So now come to the class Nuda. This class includes species that they have no tentacles. Typical is the large-mouthed genus Bureau, which feeds on the jellyfish and other ctenophores. They are roughly thimble shaped. As you can see, this is thimble shape and opens up like a sac to engulf its prey. Okay. Now come to the reproduction part. Ctenophores, they reproduce by both the means, sexual as well as asexual means. Okay. First, we will discuss about the sexual means. Small fragments, or you can say bud, that break off from an injured individual, it can regenerate into a complete adult. Okay. With the exception of the species of the order Platystenda, which reproduce asexually. As I have told you that they reproduce both by both the means, sexual and asexual. Almost all ctenophoras are hermaphrodite, means sexes are not separate. They possess both male and female reproductive organs, which lie directly under the combs near the small channels of the mesoglea. Okay. With almost all species, when triggered by outside lighting condition, the gametes are discharged into the surrounding water where they exist through small openings in the ectoderm. That is known as gonopores, where fertilization also takes place. Self-fertilization is also seen, but that is somewhat rare in ctenophores, and is known only to appear in the genus Opmenopiosis. A single species whose name is Tazaphiala tristoma is viviparous. That means they feed their young ones. The young one grows in a womb of a mother. Okay. After the fertilized eggs have divided into two types, they develop over a free-floating ctenopedia state, which looks very similar between all ctenophora and is sometimes labeled as larva. Okay, this larva, it represents a miniature version of what the creatures will grow up to be. Among some extremely specialized groups such as Platystenites, the Ctenopedia and the adult forms do, however, take separate ecological niches so that the larva label is very appropriate. This is the representation of ctenophore. Their apical sense organ is located on the arboreal surface. This is the arboreal surface that control the beating of the cilia, and their tentacles, they have adhesive structure called coloblast. Okay, so this comes to an end, and in the next section we'll be discussing on the other phyla, that is Platyhelminthes. So stay tuned. Thank you.